Portugal 436, wind 240 degrees, 13 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway 20, please take in the wind.
Portugal 436, wind 250 degrees, 13 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff 20, Portugal 436.
Approach 150, continue via Lima, contact ground 121.755. Correction 110 Foxtrot, continue via Sierra to Sierra for link point, runway 20. Lima, continue approach. KLM 907 November, wind 240 degrees, 14 knots, runway 20, clear to land. Delta 8149er, behind traffic on short final, runway 20 via Sierra 4, line up and wait behind.
They're getting Hotel 3, KLM 970 November.
Roger. Delta 8149er, wind 240 degrees, 10 knots, variable between 200 and 260 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff. KLM 907 Lima, continue via Golf 2, contact, correction, KLM 907 November, continue via Golf 2, contact the ground 121.755. Portugal 1312 Lisboa Tower, behind the departing traffic, runway 20, via Alpha cross runway 20 behind. Fraction 110 Foxtrot via Sierra 4, line up and wait, runway 20. Ryanair 22 Delta Whiskey Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, winds 260 degrees, 13 knots. Portugal 1312, continue via Sierra to Sierra 4, holding point, runway 20.
Continue via Sierra to Sierra 4, holding point, runway 20, Portugal 1312.
Correction 110 Foxtrot, wind 240 degrees, 11 knots, variable between 200 and 270 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff. Rainer 22 Delta Whiskey, wind 240 degrees, 10 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, gusting 22 knots, runway 20, clear climb. Portugal 433 Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, wind 240 degrees, 10 knots, gusting 22 knots. Resorts 4021 Lisboa Tower, behind traffic on short final, runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
What are behind traffic on short final, line up and wait behind my uniform 5 for runway 20 Resorts 401.
Correction 110 Foxtrot, contact approach 119er, decimal 105. Search 4021, wind 240 degrees, 12 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff 920, reverse 401.
Rainer 22 Delta Whiskey, continue right on uniform, Lima, contact ground 11.755. Portugal 433, wind 250 degrees, 14 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear to land. Rainer 84 Sierra Quebec, Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, wind 250 degrees, 14 knots. Portugal 1312, behind traffic on short final, runway 20 via Sierra 4, line up and wait behind.
Boa tarde, boarding 3 Zulu Fox, uniform 5, fully ready.
Calling a 3 Zulu Foxtrot, Lisboa Tower, copy ready, all short runway 20.
Shot.
Aeroporto 1312, wind 250 degrees, 13 knots, variable between 210 and 270 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff. Aeroporto 433, continue right on uniform Lima, contact ground 121.755. United 824 Sierra, Quebec 250 degrees, 11 knots, runway 20, clear to land. Silverde 506, Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, wind 240 degrees, 12 knots. Rolling 3 Zulu Foxtrot, behind traffic on short final, runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Behind landing traffic, line up and wait, runway 20 by uniform 5, behind, boarding 3 Zulu Foxtrot.
Alpine 19 November Yankee, Aeroporto uniform 5, we are ready after.
Alpine 19 November Yankee, Lisboa Tower, copy, all short runway 20.
Short uniform 5, 30, Alpine 19 November.
Zulu Foxtrot, wind 240 degrees, 15 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, immediate boarding, runway 20, boarding 3 Zulu Fox. Bye-bye.
United 84 Sierra, Quebec, continue right on uniform Lima, contact the ground 121.755.
Lima, 121.755, for Sierra.
approach runway 20, winds 230 degrees, 1 knots. Speedbird 506, wind 230 degrees, 1 knots, variable between 210 and 270 degrees, runway 20, clear to land. Alpine 1, 9 November, Yankee, behind, traffic on short final, runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Behind landing traffic 20, line up behind uniform 5 on 19 landing.
Alpine 1, 9 November, Yankee, wind 240 degrees, 14 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 051.
Speedbird 506, continue right on uniform, Gosto, contact ground 121.755.
Principal, go to the ground 1.
Portugal 3842, Lisboa Tower, continue approach runway 20, winds 230 degrees, 13 knots. is 7328, wind 240 degrees, 13 knots, variable between 210 and 270 degrees, runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 42 Lima Victor, Lisboa Tower, behind traffic on short final, runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Lisboa Tower behind traffic on short final, runway 20, line up and wait behind runway 20 via uniform 5, Air Portugal 42 Lima Victor.
Air Portugal 42 Lima Victor, winds 240 degrees, 13 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff runway 20, Portugal 42 Lima Victor, Delgado 1 minute.
Ryanair 7328, continue right on uniform Lima, contact ground 121.755. Ryanair 7328, confirm. The 03 Alpha, Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, winds 250 degrees, 15 knots. Portugal 3842, wind 250 degrees, 15 knots, variable between 210 and 270 degrees, runway 20, clear to land. Portugal 1272, Lisboa Tower, behind traffic on short final, runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Behind traffic on short final, line up and wait behind, uniform 5, Portugal 1272. Portugal 1272, wind 240 degrees, 11 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Right, 20, clear for takeoff, Portugal 1272, over the area.
Portugal 3842, continue right on uniform, Lima, contact ground 121.755. Portugal 67 Mike, Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, winds 250 degrees, 17 knots. Lufthansa 03 Alpha, continue approach, runway 20, expect late landing clear. So 3 Alpha, wind 250 degrees, 17 knots, runway 20, clear to land. Portugal 876, Lisboa Tower, behind traffic on short final, runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Behind there is traffic on short final, runway 20, line up and wait by uniform 5, line up behind Portugal, 876, contact.
Portugal 876, wind 240 degrees, 15 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Runway 20, Portugal 876.
Lufthansa 03 Alpha, continue via Lima, contact ground 121.755. Portugal 67, Mike, wind 240 degrees, 12 knots, gusting 22 knots, runway 20, clear land. Lot 5, Juliet Lima, Lisboa Tower, behind traffic on short final, runway 20 via Uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Landing traffic on short final by Uniform 5, line up and wait behind. Lot 5 and through the Lima.
Roger. Lot 5, Juliet Lima, wind 240 degrees, 13 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 20, Lot 5 to the Lima.
Portugal 67, Mike, continue via Golf 2, contact ground 121.755. Portugal 83, Romeo Sierra, Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, wind 250 degrees, 10 knots, gusting 22 knots. Portugal 1036 via Uniform 5, line up and wait for runway 20.
Uniform 5, line up and wait runway 20, Portugal 103.
1036, wind 250 degrees, 9 knots, variable between 220 and 290 degrees, gusting 22 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 20, Portugal, 1036.
Portugal 83, Romeo Sierra, wind 240 degrees, 12 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear to land. Portugal 56, Delta Tango, Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, wind 240 degrees, 12 knots. Portugal 1242, Lisboa Tower, behind traffic on short final, runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Float behind the traffic on short final, runway 20, we'll line up and wait behind the uniform 5, Portugal 1242. Pode.
Portugal 83, Romeo Sierra, continue via Golf 2, contact the ground 121.755. Portugal 1242, wind 250 degrees, 12 knots, variable between 220 and 290 degrees, gusting 22 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff to Portugal 1242 control.
Portugal 71, Victor Echo, Lisboa Tower, continue approach, runway 20, wind 230 degrees, 13 knots. Portugal 56, Delta Tango, wind 240 degrees, 13 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees, runway 20, clear to land.
Portugal 1356, contact behind traffic short final, 0 uniform, line up and wait behind you, ready for the traffic on short final, line up and wait behind to be ready on runway 20, Portugal 1356. Victor X, reduce to your minimum approach speed, please. Portugal 1356, wind at the end, 240 degrees, 11 knots, variable between 220 and 290 degrees. Runway 20, clear for takeoff, traffic over the marker, bom voo, seja.
Takeoff, runway 20, Portugal 256.
Portugal 56, Delta Tank, continue uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 11755, obrigado por conversão, até a próxima. Portugal 71, Victor X, traffic is rolling, continue approach, expect a late landing clearance, 250 degrees, 11 knots. Portugal 71, Victor Echo, wind 250 degrees, 11 knots, runway 20, clear to land. And on a 6 Whiskey Tower low, continue, wind 250 degrees, 11 knots.
Whiskey, wind 240 degrees, 8 knots, gusting 18 knots, runway 20, clear climb. 071 Victor Echo, continue by uniform and Lima, contact ground 121.75, contact. Lufthansa 05 Echo Tower, good day, behind traffic, short far enough and away 20 by uniform 51 and wait behind.
Lufthansa 05 Echo, boa tarde, wir haben den traffic and short fine and landing upon the 20 behind by uniform 5.
Okay, 8 November runway down today, continue approach runway 20, wind 240 degrees, 8 knots. Lufthansa 05 Echo, wind 340 degrees 12 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff. Have a nice flight.
Radio 5 Echo, runway 20, get Echo.
Finnair 96 Whiskey, continue by uniform and Lima, contact ground 121.755. Copter.
05 Echo, take off.
Portugal 541 Whiskey Tower 1 Key, continue approach runway 20, wind 240 degrees 11 knots. November Romeo, wind 240 degrees 12 knots, runway 20, clear land. Portugal 836 Alpha Tower, boa tarde, behind traffic, short final runway 20, via uniform 51 up and wait behind.
And then short final runway 20, we land up and wait by uniform 5 runway 20, Portugal 836.
Portugal 541 Whiskey, continue reduce minimum approach speed. Portugal 836 Alpha, wind 340 degrees 11 knots, runway 20, clear for immediate takeoff. Over.
And they take off at Portugal 836.
East 8 November Romeo, continue via Golf 2, uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 121.755. One Delta Bravo Tower, wind boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees 10 knots, continue reduce to 160 knots or less. Portugal 541 Whiskey, wind 230 degrees 9 knots, runway 20, clear land. Net 35 Alpha Foxtrot Tower, boa tarde, behind traffic, short final runway 20, via uniform 51 up and wait behind.
Boa tarde, enter the short runway 20, uniform 51 at plane right behind, on 35 Alpha Foxtrot.
Unit 35 Alpha Foxtrot, wind 230 degrees, 13 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff, have a nice flight. Portugal 541 Whiskey, continue by uniform and Foxtrot, contact ground 121 decimal 755, boa tarde.
Foxtrot, ground 121 755, boa tarde, Portugal.
Foxtrot Heavy Tower, boa tarde. Continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees, 12 knots, speed 160 knots. One Delta Bravo, wind 230 degrees, 12 knots, runway 20, please land. 1016 Tower, muito boa tarde. Behind traffic, short fine of runway 20, vai uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Yeah, traffic on short fine of runway 20, vai uniform 5, line up and wait behind. Boa tarde, Portugal 106.
Portugal 1016, wind 230 degrees, 13 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff. Boa tarde, neste momento for.
Takeoff, runway 20, Portugal 106.
Portugal 31 Delta Bravo, continue via Golf 2, contact ground 121 decimal 755. Tower, muito boa tarde. Continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees, 14 knots. Condor 227 Foxtrot, heavy wind 230 degrees, 14 knots, runway 20, please land. Portugal 471 Alpha, muito boa tarde. Continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees 14 knots, speed 160 knots. Portugal 553 Romeo, wind 230 degrees 13 knots, runway 20, please land. Dot 227 Foxtrot Heavy, continue via uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 121, decimal 755.
Profile 121, back on those.
Ryanair 196 Golf Tower, boa tarde, behind traffic, short fine of runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Traffic short span on 120 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind Ryanair 196 Golf, boa tarde.
Ryanair 196 Golf, wind 230 degrees 12 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff, have a nice flight. Portugal 553 Romeo, continue via uniform and Lima, contact ground 121, decimal 755, boa tarde. Lima, muito boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 240 degrees 9 knots, speed 160 knots. Portugal 471 Alpha, wind 240 degrees 8 knots, gusting 19 knots, runway 20, please land. Portugal 1905 Tower, muito boa tarde, behind traffic, short fine of runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Behind the traffic short starting line, my uniform 5, line up and wait behind the Portugal 1905.
051 up, you ready for immediate.
190 bus.
Portugal 1905, wind 230 degrees, 13 knots, runway 20, clear for immediate takeoff, convo.
Takeoff 20, Portugal 905, proibida até já.
Portugal 471 Alpha, continue via uniform Golf 2, contact ground 121, decimal 755, boa tarde. Lima, wind 230 degrees, 10 knots, runway 20, plate land.
Plate land, Roman 20, Airplane 76 Lima.
Fiz 901, Kilo Bravo Tower, boa tarde, behind traffic, short fine of runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait, behind.
And non in traffic, we'll line up via uniform 5, runway 20, behind, subject 91, Kilo Bravo, morning.
France 67, Julius Quebec Tower, boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees, 12 knots, start reducing to 160 knots. Top 901, Kilo Bravo, wind 240 degrees, 14 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff, have a nice flight.
Actually, okay for takeoff, that's 901, Bravo,
Alpine 76, Kilo Lima, continue via uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 121, decimal 755.
Uniform, Golf 2, ground 121, 755, obrigado e bom trabalho, Alpine 76 Lima.
France 67, Juliet Quebec, wind 240 degrees, 14 knots, runway 20, plate land. Go 1311 Tower, muito boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 240 degrees, 14 knots, speed 160 knots. 821 Bravo Papa Tower, boa tarde, behind traffic, short fine of runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait, behind.
Water behind and traffic, will line up and wait, runway 20, via uniform 5, runway 21, Bravo Papa behind.
121 Bravo Papa, wind 240 degrees 10 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff. Boa tarde, bom voo.
For takeoff, runway 20 and RS1, Papa Power, obrigado.
Sun 670, let's go back, continue via uniform Gosto 2, contact ground 121, decimal 755.
121, just expect
Control 1311, wind 230 degrees 12 knots, runway 20, cleared land. Portugal 910, Romeo Tower, wind boa tarde, behind traffic, short fine of runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Boa tarde, in the traffic, short fine of runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind. Call 901, Sierra 1.
Aeroporto 86 Delta November Tower, boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees 11 knots, continue reduce to minimum approach speed. Portugal 901 Sierra Romeo, wind 240 degrees 14 knots, runway 20, clear for immediate takeoff, Bovo.
Clear takeoff, runway 20, call 901, Sierra Romeo.
Portugal 1311, continue via uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 121 decimal 755. Portugal 571 Tower, wind boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees 12 knots. Delta November, wind 230 degrees 11 knots, runway 20, clear land.
Clear to land, runway 20, Delta 86 Delta November.
Go 571, revised QNH 1014. Go 571, wind 240 degrees 10 knots, runway 20, clear to land. 86 Delta November, continue via uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 121.755. Go 571, continue via uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 121.755, boa tarde.
Golf 2 and 755, coming up on that 127.0,
Chegamos a 31 Lima, muito boa tarde, wind 240 degrees 7 knots, runway 20, clear to land. Wind 250 degrees 8 knots.
Tower, hello, KLM 80 Zulu on uniform on to hold short of uniform 5.
I'm 80 Zulu, hello sir, hold short runway, 5 minutes for our earliest departure, call you back.
Oh, what you're holding short, uniform 5, I'm 80 Zulu.
Six Kilo Lisboa Tower, boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 240 degrees 8 knots.
Zero Zulu, ready for departure.
Climb 80 Zulu, copied, hold short, call you back.
Go 80 Zulu.
Fraction 206 kilo, wind 240 degrees 8 knots, runway 20, clear land. Chicago 931 Lima, continue via uniform, Golf 2, contact ground 121 decimal 755. Fraction 206 kilo, clear land, wind 240 degrees 8 knots. Chicago 669 Tower, muito boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 240 degrees 8 knots. Pois, eu tinha pedido para reduzir, contudo também já não vou conseguir tirar. Pode manter, obrigada. Obrigada. LMH 0 Zulu, there's not enough space, call you back. Scandinavia 2801 Tower, good day, continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees 9 knots. Control 669 at wind 230 degrees 9 knots, runway 20, clear land. Action 206 kill, continue via uniform and Golf 2, contact ground 121 decimal 755. Scandinavia 2801, start reducing to 160 knots. LMH 0 Zulu, behind traffic, short final, runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Behind traffic on short final, line up runway 20, uniform 5 behind, LMH 0 Zulu.
Tower, good day, Swift 2, Golf X-ray approaching uniform 5, holding point runway 20, ready for departure in sequence.
To go X-ray, good day, sir, hold short runway, call you back.
Short runway 20 with 2 Golf X-ray.
Aprovado, estabilidade, por favor.
Olha.
LMH 0 Zulu, wind 240 degrees 7 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff, have a nice flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 20, LMH 0 Zulu, bye.
Portugal 669, continue via Foxtrot, contact ground 121 decimal 755, what's that?
755.
Aviation 2801, wind 240 degrees 9 knots, runway 20, clear land. Portugal 1824 Tower, muito boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 240 degrees 8 knots. Please to Golf X-ray, behind traffic, short final, runway 20 via uniform 5, line up and wait behind.
Behind landing traffic, short final, line up and wait, runway 20 via uniform 5 behind, Swift 2 Golf X-ray.
Please to Golf X-ray, wind 260 degrees 7 knots, runway 20, clear for immediate takeoff. Bye-bye.
Runway 20, clear for immediate takeoff with 2 Golf X.
Scandinavia 2801, continue via Golf 2, contact ground 121.755. Go 1824, wind 230 degrees 7 knots, runway 20, clear to land. Go 1929, Tower, muito boa tarde, continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees 7 knots. 38 Sierra Golf Tower, boa tarde, behind traffic, short fire, runway 20, via uniform 5, line up and wait, behind.
Behind the landing traffic by uniform 5, runway 20, line up and wait behind Ryanair 38 Golf, boa tarde.
Hotel 3 approved. Sierra Golf, wind 250 degrees 9 knots, runway 20, clear for takeoff, have a nice flight.
For takeoff 20, Ryanair 38 Golf, obrigado, bom fim de semana.
Go 1824, continue via uniform 1, contact ground 121.755, boa tarde. Portugal 1929, wind 230 degrees 9 knots, runway 20, clear to land. Hotel 3 approved. Charlie November Tower, good day, continue approach runway 20, wind 230 degrees 9 knots. Go 929, continue by the right, uniform to uniform 1, contact ground 12755, boa tarde. Ryanair 29er Charlie November, wind 240 degrees, 8 knots, 1820, clear climb. Ryanair 905 Delta Yankee Lisboa Tower, hello, are you ready?
Gonna need another 30 seconds now.
Copy that, behind the traffic on short final 1820, via uniform 5 line up and wait behind.
And running traffic, runway 20, by unit, line up and wait behind, right, Delta Yankee. November Charlie, boa tarde, continue approach 1820, winds 240 degrees, 8 knots.